Well, hey there, beautiful listeners. Welcome back inside the sound. This is Michael.
And this is Ryan.
And this is Sara.
Hey, Sara.
Hello.
We are quite pleased to have you back. Welcome back.
I am so happy to be back. I'm not just saying this because it's what you're supposed to say, but this is one of my favorite podcasts to be on. I love hanging out with you guys. It's sincere. I meant that from the bottom of my foot and my heart. I'm being very honest.
The feeling is mutual, Sara. We're happy to have you back, definitely.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't. What was that? The crowd got pretty loud there. I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the crowd.
You didn't hear it at all? Mm-mm. Really didn't hear it?
No.
Oh.
Did you hear it, Sara?
No. I thought you were just joking. Like, oh man.
Okay, so this is the second time, bro. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing anymore because I used to have these things figured out. And not a thing, huh? Okay, well, I'm just going to edit that in later because I give up. I give up on the crowd. If you want to do the crowd noise, Ryan, you're welcome to, but I can no longer condone failing at such a simple task.
Ladies and gentlemen around the world, beautiful listeners around the world, that is what we call karma.
Karma?
What just occurred. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh man, we're starting off with some heaviness in the air.
Heaviness?
How is everyone feeling? Is there a storm front moving in, or?
You know what, Sara? We were talking about how you were the first individual to willingly take on
to mediate?
The role of to be a counselor,
arbitrator.
For us.
It is an honor.
Arbiter.
It is an honor and privilege.
You gave us great advice. Is there anything that we need to work out at some point? Are we good? Can we just go and talk about?
Well, you know, I feel
things?
like we're always spreading our wings and growing, but this is my this is my alternate voice. But I'm still sensing some tension. So I don't know, maybe you guys should go out to one of those axe throwing evenings. You see this on TV where people just throw axes?
You know, I feel like if the three of us went to an axe throwing contest and we got some footage, that would be fantastic for the show. Put that on YouTube, get lots of views. I'm just saying that's a fantastic idea, Sara.
I mean, we're not really that far from each other. By plane, it's an hour and a half or something?
I mean, you're the one that takes all these plane rides, although you've been traveling quite a bit, haven't you?
Oh, you know what? Where in the world is Sara Niemietz?
Yeah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Where have you been all my week? For the last 3 weeks, I've been home here in the undisclosed location slightly north of Los Angeles. And despite the heat, it's been really nice to just kind of be home, unpack my bag and my mind and just, chill a little. But it's been a lot of fun. I was on tour with Postmodern Jukebox in Europe, and we were in, I think, 15 or 16 different countries.
Dang.
We started in the UK, and then we ended in Turkey, and we covered a whole lot of places in between. So that was fun. And then I was in New York for a month doing a residency out there, and now I'm back, and I don't have any big travel plans for a while now.
Was there a location or an event that kind of stuck with you? Because that's a lot of ground you covered there.
We covered a lot of ground. I would have to say I turned 30 in Geneva, and that was special just because, it was a big age, and the audience sang happy birthday, which was pretty fun. But, it's just kind of the whole experience was a lot of fun. I really liked getting to go back to Poland because I've got some family there. They were out of town the couple days I was there, so I didn't get to see them. But
conveniently. Yeah,
I'm like, okay. Well, next time you fly to Los Angeles, maybe I'll be at an axe throwing competition, But it was great. No, it was a really good time, and we always got after show food on this tour, so you kind of try to balance the fact that pizza is coming every night with your eating during the day. Try to balance.
What's wrong with that? You know?
Is pizza any different, over there in these different countries?
Probably horrible, right?
There was some really, I don't want to put any country to shame.
We'll do it. I'll do it for you. These countries are terrible. Let me list them off. Just kidding.
No, there were a couple countries. I don't even remember which ones they were, but their idea of pizza was almost as if an extraterrestrial came down to Earth and, tried to, I don't even know, what would an extraterrestrial not be able to do?
Basically, it's a pizza if E.T. would have made it after having the Budweisers from the fridge.
Return to home. But, just kind of bread and some strange sauce. But all in all, it was good. We played this one amphitheater when we were in Turkey, and it was about, how old was it? I think it was about 3,000 years old or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Wow.
That was pretty special.
Man, that's incredible.
It was really incredible, and they had
Is
these
there an
bugs.
energy to that? I'm sorry.
It was hot. It was about 118. So the energy was kind of sapped just by the heat.
Regular day here in the desert. That's not bad at all.
No, okay. Yeah, it was a brisk, balmy 118. But it was a special kind of vibe there. It felt old, but they had these bugs that had crawling out from, the dawn of time, and they were huge, and they would just jettison themselves and fly into people, and they were hitting the performers.
Oh, that's great.
While they were singing. It was terrifying. And that was how we ended the tour, just screaming.
Wow, that doesn't sound fun.
That was not. No.
What kind of bug? Do you know what kind of bugs they were?
People were telling us some kind of beetle, but they had these massive wings. They looked like, whatever. They looked like some kind of pterodactyl, like a mini pterodactyl.
Mini pterodactyl. That's not terrifying at all. It sounds fantastic.
No. Yeah.
You get some big bugs out here.
Until it's flying into you.
I wonder what that would be like.
The flying into you. I would even be happy to have a whole seating area for beetles, that they're welcome. But it's when you start flying into people that it doesn't feel right.
Makes it awkward.
Makes it awkward, yeah.
Be present.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? It was like a spiteful thing because they don't have a seating area?
It might be it. They're like, all right, well, this, I'm from this area. This is my venue. You don't have an area for us? I'm going to come into your personal space. There, how you like that?
Kind of feels like that.
It felt spiteful. Yeah.
I do have to ask you this. What was it like to swim with giant pigs?
That was really fun. I was in the Bahamas for a private gig, and I was excited because I'd never been there before. And one of the musicians who was on the gig with us said, "Hey, I hear there's some giant swimming pigs kind of over there." And a lot of other people said, "I don't know, what if they're aggressive, And we just decided to go for it. We found this guy with a boat. He was just hanging out, and he was like, "Hey, give me $100 and I'll take you to the pigs." We're like, I hope this is not how our lives end. So we split it between three of us, and he took us to the pigs, and each of them has a name. They're beloved in the community, so they told us. They're like, these people believe it. And we got to swim with them. They took bread and they just threw bread, and the pigs got so excited and swam over to the boat. And it was pretty incredible. We got to pet them. They were very chill. They were very nice pigs.
Do you remember the name of your favorite one? I'm kind of curious about the names.
Oh, hang on, wait. I'm trying to remember. What were their names? Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. There was like Big something. I don't remember what was his name. It wasn't Big Bacon, or it wasn't Big Mac, but
I like Big Bacon. I like
Big
that.
Bacon is appropriate.
Big Bacon.
I hope it was
remember
that.
their names, but they all had names. There was even art on one of the walls where they had drawn pictures of all of them and had their names.
Wow, they're like celebrities over there. Huh?
Yeah.
Did they do autographs and
I tried to.
Meet and greets.
The meet and greet
Right.
was way too expensive. Live Nation got involved, and they jacked up.
It's always a surcharge. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, even if I buy the meet and greet package, then, you have to pay the convenience fee, and that's $30. And I'm thinking that's not very convenient.
Right.
Convenient for who? For whom?
Right. And you're not going to get the FaceTime you want with Big Bacon.
No, you're not. It's just going to be a quick selfie that some assistant tour manager is going to take, and you don't want that.
Just going to rush you along.
I just appreciate the fact that you corrected your own grammar there. Who, you have to make sure.
These pigs deserve the best.
That's
Yes.
You know what, Sarah? You do have a very excellent way of speaking and vocabulary. Do you think that comes from all the reading that you've done over the years?
Oh, thank you. I think it comes from the pigs. I was speaking with the pigs, and I said, what do you think? What do you think the purpose of life is? Why are we here? All this striving, and some people spend their whole life trying to acquire riches, but at the end of the day, you die. You can't take it with you. Mr. Big Bacon, tell me what is the purpose of it all? And he oinked some really wise words into my ear, and I can't share it, but I feel that's really changed my outlook on life. That and reading. Yeah, I do read a lot.
Maybe he's one of those shamans that lives up in a mountain,
Yeah, Pig Mountain.
Right, Pig Mountain. You go all the way up there, scale the mountain, and there he is sitting.
You give him some, I don't know, what do pigs want? This pig loves bread. You bring him a good loaf.
food. Pretty much just
Yeah,
food.
that's right. You got to bring.
It's pretty
an offering
simple. Please,
if
pig.
you want the
them.
wisdom.
I've heard that with pigs, they would eat a body. If you killed the person and you had to dispose of it. Have you heard that? That the pigs will just eat everything.
I have not, but
I mean, yeah, I've heard it.
You know what?
Seen it in the movies. I don't know if it's a real thing.
Right. That's what I've wondered.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Every time I think I've got some things figured out, there's always another piece of information that makes me realize there's just too much out there.
You never know. I haven't found myself in need of disposing a body lately.
Well,
So
we can't all be so lucky.
You know what, Sarah? If Michael keeps up the attitude that he had,
We're going to take you to Pig Mountain.
if I keep up my attitude, I'm going to continue to be a successful, awesome, amazing person. Because I'm loving life right now, man. My attitude is just nothing but sunshine and roses, man. What you talking about?
I'm loving life too. What is it that you're loving most right now? If you had,
What am I loving most right now?
But one thing that's not too heavy, just a random thing.
No, I'm gonna definitely be heavy, as heavy as I can be. I don't know. I just feel like it can always be worse. Things can always get worse. The sun was shining today. The breeze was amazing. It was just a beautiful day. I'm just at peace in my life these days. I don't know about you, Ryan. How you feeling? How you doing? He looks good. I mean, he's definitely looks like he's feeling
the hair.
good.
The hair is looking.
Oh, me too.
Is amazing.
He is just.
That's how I wish my hair looked when I grew it.
Thank you.
But mine just went. So it's short.
You know, I will say this. With the passage of time, hopefully you come to the realization that being is very important. Meaning, in the moment. Like I've spent so much time living in the past, or in a imagined future that's never gonna come to pass.
Right.
Like just being in the moment is refreshing, and I think I've learned how to do that a little bit better over the last few months.
You know, Ryan.
Some tools.
I'm sorry,
Oh, sorry. No.
Well, no, you talk about being in the moment. And one of the things I've been doing to pass the time is I'm not a Buddhist, but I've been trying to do this thing where I'm practicing. I can't claim that I'm really doing it, but I'm practicing letting go of desire. Ooh. And it helps me pass the time. Just stand somewhere or sit somewhere, keep your eyes open or closed or whatever. You can call it meditation, whatever, but just work on practice letting go of desire. And it really, it's fun to try.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, but that's one way to help me be present in the moment, to answer the question that it sounded like you were going to ask, some methods.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. What tools you guys have found that have helped. That's really great.
I think it helped that I got hit in the face with the airbag, like this car accident, and my attitude has been bad.
When
And
was that?
recently, like last month.
Whoa.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. We talked about it on. I'm great. I'm fine.
We
I'm
came
smiling.
to the conclusion that you felt like you deserved it somehow.
Probably.
Whoa.
I think I was needing a good smack. You weren't around to do it, Ryan, so someone had to punch me in the face. And I just because I didn't see the lady. She ran the red light. It was completely unseen. She's probably going 50 miles an hour, and it just made me go, well, I could have just died right then and there. Instead, I walked away with this total car. I'm like, okay. So
Must have been a lady who's listened to the show before.
That's great.
She said that riff,
I would love
riff
it.
of the day. It's gone too far. I got to hit him with a car.
I got Ryan's back.
That's wow. Well, thank
Bam.
goodness. Hey, you still got work to do here.
It's what got me releasing. I have a new song coming out every month now, and it's like I have no more excuses. I have the tools I need. One song a month isn't so hard.
No,
To come up with it. It's the recording and that part of it that takes me a little time. But in terms of writing them, but they come out. I can't even. It's like drinking from a fire hose. I can't. I have too many songs. That's the problem for me.
I'm so glad you're okay, though. My goodness.
Thank you. Thank you for your concern. I'm good. We're good. Life is good. I'm here, right?
That's right.
I'm happy.
Me too. I can't honestly say I'm happier than I've ever been, which is
That's great.
an awesome way to feel. Especially, we've all come out of some crazy times and the pandemic. It's nice to see that there is, as cliche as it sounds, there's light at the other end of the tunnel.
Well, it gets me thinking about the song that you released recently, Locks, which, by the way, groovy, great. It's a fantastic tune. Love your music. We're both definitely fans. The theme of that song kind of like makes me think of this subject, like, you're getting rid of these picking at the locks. How's the lyrics go? Yeah, I'm picking at the locks now. That, right?
On the outside, right?
Yeah. So,
It's kind of a parallel, isn't there?
Yeah, it feels like it.
Absolutely. That's very much the song too, kind of looking at the past and looking at where you've been and figuring out what things are great and you can use and take forward and improve who you are. And then there's other things that really are functioning as locks, whether it's old thought patterns or, experiences you've had, realizing this does not serve me or this can be detrimental, and finding a way to just break free of that, take what you need and just move on from what you don't. Easier said than done, easier sung than done, but that's definitely the concept for sure. And how
easier sung than done.
That can be. Yeah.
I like that. Well, those type of things are always a process, and that's okay.
Right.
Sarah, you're a very artistic person. So I kind of feel like the video was probably calculated, the whole like adding color, introducing color to a white room. I can kind of see how that there's a parallel to all of this. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're definitely right. And it was so much fun, to kind of be in this rigid, white, very sterile room. And then as the song progresses and as the singer, which I guess is me, but as the person telling the story, it comes more and more to peace with just getting rid of the old and getting rid of, breaking the locks. Then we had the idea to start just literally breaking things and throwing color around and just having this big, raucous, celebratory finish. And it was so much fun to do. We recorded it in my garage, and it was about 120 degrees in the garage. We did this 2 weeks ago.
Oh man!
And it was a lot of fun. We used the leaf blower to get it all out of the garage when it was over. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was a blast.
It was so much fun. And my friend Alex Nestor, who's also an amazing singer, happens to be a really great prop director, designer. I don't know what the title is, but she sourced all of these materials. And then her husband, Eddie, who on Instagram, he goes by Chicano Slice. So we call it Chicano Slice and Nestor. Eddie was the director of photography, and he was just amazing. And then I had the fun of editing it all and just sitting in this room and going through the footage. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun to make and edit.
So do the visual concepts are they there because after writing the song and putting the song together, you're like, I know what this means, so I need to convey that visually, or can it just be completely disconnected?
I think it could be. That's one of the things I like about, music and videos, is that anyone can interpret it. There's no wrong answer, wrong move. Anyone can interpret it however they want, and then you can just go, well, it's art. But it definitely was calculated, and I think the visual component and the audio really kind of go hand in glove. Yeah, the one definitely feeds into the other for me.
So how do you know when it's time to put new art out into the world?
Oh man, it's kind of what Michael was saying. They're not easy, but they're fun and less. It's less effort to write the songs. If it was just that easy, I could just keep writing them and putting them out and just go like an assembly line. But what I've been learning even more about, and I'm always learning more about this, is how to release the CD. How do you do it right? Working with radio and working with PR. And Linda Taylor and I started writing this album during the pandemic. And it started, like a lot of things, just as a fun one-off. We thought, let's write some singles together. And then that turned into creating a whole album. And we had the masters finished, I would say probably in the very beginning of July. And the date, it was so funny, the date just kept pushing back and pushing back. I was on tour, so that kind of moved the schedule back. First, the album was going to come out in April. Then it was going to come out on June 7th, which was my 30th birthday. And then I think it was going to come out at the end of July. It just kept going and going and going. And now finally, we've picked a date. We're locked in. It's coming out October 28th. But, it's just all of that. I would like to just put things out every day, but I've learned, you kind of have to be a little more strategic with releasing your content. So I've been learning about that. Yeah, which is frustrating because as creative people, we always just want to make it and share it, and that's where I'm at right now, and then move on to the next thing. But it doesn't work that way. So, yeah. But it's been
process.
The process. But I'm enjoying getting the music out. I'm editing another video right now for the second single, which is. Can
you say the second single? Which one it's going to be? What's it going to be?
It's called "I Want You."
Okay.
And it's a rock tune as well, but it's much more raucous, and it's a lot of fun. It's edgier, and the video reflects that again. So we were walking around downtown shooting it, and we got some really great images again, Alex and Chicano Slice. So it's going to be another really fun video with the same team.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got
It's going to be a rockin' tune. Huh?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, baby.
Can we expect a guitar solo somewhere in this one?
We need a guitar solo. There is no guitar solo per se, but the guitar is definitely right up there with vocal for the most
prominently.
This is a subtle hint that Ryan is for hire.
Yes.
This guy.
Riff of the day.
If you want a guitar solo, he's your guy, frankly.
Roll.
It seems like you've got a great team. So you surround yourself with good people to help you, make this stuff.
It's been great. Yeah, I've so enjoyed working on this with Linda, and in addition to being a really great guitarist, she just gets where I'm coming from. And I sometimes find, how social interaction with folks that aren't really like-minded can just be awkward. You walk into today I walked into Kohl's, I had to return something, and I tried to make a joke, I don't even remember what it was, with the person that was handling the returns, and they just looked at me like I'd sprouted a third head. I have two, like on each shoulder, but now I had a third one.
A third eye appeared at that moment.
A third eye appeared, and it was just so uncomfortable. You're thinking, oh man, can I disappear into the floor? But Linda and I we hit it off from the onset, and it made for a really great experience.
Yeah, in the creative process, we've talked a lot about being a pure channel for creativity. Mm-hmm. And I really do think that if you're like-minded, like you said, Sarah, that it's just so much easier just to create.
Yeah. At least in some regard. I mean, I like being around people that don't think the same as I do, but everything that'd be pretty boring. But I mean, at least when it comes to cheesy jokes, you gotta be able to work together. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out. It's gonna be too uncomfortable.
Punny jokes.
Punny jokes.
Puns, yeah.
Dad jokes, as they say. I don't know why the dad gets all the fun. Moms can have jokes.
Yeah.
Right?
Why are they dad jokes?
Because mom jokes sounds like we're making fun of the moms.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. It sounds like the dad is making.
Dad's having fun because dad's usually having fun. I mean,
Dad's having fun.
I can speak this as a dad. I have more fun.
You have more fun?
Definitely, I think so. I believe that's the case.
Well, yeah, I think at least for me, I'm a little bit out there. So those type of jokes, I love them, and they do kind of surface in my mind. Like, for example, when you said you went to Turkey, I'm like, well, how's the turkey in Turkey? You know, like that's one of the first things I'm thinking. And it's just, I don't know why my mind operates like that sometimes, but I completely get it.
Nerd. No, it's
Did you just call me a nerd? That
never. You're not a nerd. No, I'm not sure where that came from. I'm pretty sure that was Sarah.
Some interference.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
That's ironic.
Ironic.
It's like rain.
No lie, I was really into that album. It was a good album.
That album was great. Jagged Little Pill.
It's a good album.
Yeah,
that was big at the time.
It's pretty dang big. Everybody.
That was everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember being in Illinois, and I think my sister had that CD, and we put it in the car. Yeah, that was big. When I was playing at this place in New York, they had a drink called the Jagged Little Pill. It was good. It was like scotch and what else did they have? Honey, I think. They had scotch and honey and something else that you would go, whoa, that doesn't go in a drink. Like sewer water. It's one of those fancy places.
Yeah.
Ginger, lemon,
pinch of sewer water,
ginger, and scotch. It was great. Jagged Little Pill.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
What was the name of the bar? You don't remember the name of the establishment?
Oh yeah, the establishment. It's called Al Coro, and that's where I was doing my residency, and it was so much fun. It's in Chelsea, and it was so cool to be in one place for that long. I got to know everyone that worked at the restaurant, and they're really cool people. So they just opened up recently. So go to Al Coro if you're in New York.
So how did you end up doing that? Was that something you'd done before? Was it a new experience?
That was new. It came together like so many strange gigs do. I had subbed for a friend of mine that wasn't available for this party, and then the person that was in charge of certain aspects of the party was the owner of a restaurant called Del Posto that was in that space. And then during COVID, Del Posto closed, and they started construction on a new restaurant and bar and stage in there. And Jeff, who heads this place up, Jeff Katz, had said, when we open this restaurant, I want you to be there. And, I'm from Chicago, but I live in LA. So as soon as people say things, there's a part of your mind that always goes, okay, we'll see if that happens. But it did. And Jeff is great. And yeah, it just came about from subbing for a friend. So thank you to my friend for not making that gig.
It's funny how those little connections can be made. It's so randomly. Yeah. Life is like that, right? Like that's...
the things you never expected, right? Or something that was almost a dinner party you almost didn't go to, or you just sat next to someone and then they became a close friend. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can't script life.
No.
Although we attempt to do it, you just can't.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's fun to see how it all turns out.
I was just going to say, I feel like things are better when they're just allowed to happen.
Right.
If things are allowed, just life can be allowed. Like you can just, Yeah.
See where it goes. Just follow it, you know?
Yeah, that to me, that's kind of part of just being, right? Just letting things happen.
Right, and not trying to force some preconceived notion or kind of trying to force yourself into it.
Right.
I had a friend who used to call it leaving space to let God walk through the room, which I always really liked. You know, just let things happen. Don't try to fill it up so much. You know, even like a writing session, when you go into a co-write and one person has way too firm an idea of what they're trying to do, they just dominate it. And then you're thinking, you should have just written this on your own, you know? I didn't need to be here. Could be on the couch.
I guess ego is part of that equation.
Yeah.
Michael.
What? Yes. Can I help you?
That transition, what was
Not
that?
sure. Not sure what you're referring to, because my ego is the correct size. It needs to be. I'm the greatest, and maybe you should listen to my ideas.
And I carry mine around in a little backpack. And
I actually, he carries his on a velvet pillow.
Oh,
velvet pillow, huh?
No, I actually just wanted to get your opinion on being, because I feel like we're both doing a little better than we were just not too long ago. So I just wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
Wait, was that question directed to me or Sarah?
Either of you.
What was the question again?
ego.
I forgot already.
Oh man,
You were talking about,
I just got lost at the end there. Sorry.
about being present and not having your ego dominate things, right?
Right. Oh yeah, that's
present.
right.
Present.
Yeah, I was
forget.
Yeah, I was so present in that in the current moment. I don't remember 30 seconds ago, guys. Come on.
I don't remember anything. That's not now.
That's right.
Being present.
Don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
What did I have? I had a smoothie.
Smoothie.
Really glad
Can't
that this
go wrong.
was where we
Can't go
steered
wrong
the
with a good
conversation.
smoothie.
No, I just
We were getting really intellectual there.
getting there.
Philosophical.
And I just asked threw a softball question at you, Ryan, and didn't mean to take this train off the tracks. And
basically what I was.
I will never not enjoy you making sound effects, Sarah. You can just continue to do that at any time you feel appropriate.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
The kazoo, the kazoo.
Or if you hear lyrics to a song in your head, just go ahead and sing them. Please do. Yeah.
yeah, ego, man. I sometimes think about, I love when you're younger, do you remember being 6 or 7 or something? And the way you just interacted with the world, you didn't know how to judge it. I mean, you could tell innately what was wrong and what was right. Like if there was an axe murderer chasing you, you go, oh, I should run right now. But you could just watch things and watch people, and growing up here in Hollywood, you would see so much crazy stuff, but you wouldn't have that subconscious just running, commenting on things, and you just observed it so open-mindedly, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. I haven't thought about that before, I don't think, but there is a purity to your consciousness when you're younger.
Mind of a child.
It's not tainted by anything, you can just experience things. And
There's no blocks.
Right.
Yeah.
no locks.
Just building
No locks.
color blocks. Oh,
Blocks.
locks.
I said blocks, but then Ryan said locks because it rhymes. Good for you, Ryan. You can rhyme all the time.
Rhyme and
Well,
Ryan.
it's also the name of her song. I mean,
Yeah, no, it was great. I was complimenting it, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
That was not a dig. I was actually quite impressed. Maybe you can help me write lyrics sometimes. That'd be great.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I wouldn't want to step on your toes.
No, I actually have heard some of these songs that you refuse to let the public hear, and they're
Ooh.
quite good. No, they're really quite good. And he sings, and he just won't do it in public, but he's really good.
Why
he's
don't
really
you want
good.
to share it with the public?
Yeah, why, Ryan?
Do you really want to get into that?
Sure.
I don't know if I've
Hey.
talked about that.
You're the star of the show. I mean, why not, focus on you? And
Co-stars.
yeah. No, he is the star. This guy.
Well,
I think
I was insane when I wrote those songs and recorded them, so that
Like it
might
takes
be
you
part
to
of the
a-
reason.
Takes you to a dark place you don't like to go to, or
We don't talk about it, Ryan. If it's heavy, I don't mean to be heavy.
Yeah, why are you trying to get all heavy with
I'm not
stuff
trying to
here,
be
man?
heavy.
Yeah.
Don't wanna
I
do
actually
it, you don't do
think
it.
you're talented. And you know what? If you never ever want to sing into a microphone ever, that's fine. Keep playing the guitar. It's really all I really need from you, buddy, is your friendship and your guitar playing, musical skills.
I like
You don't have
that.
to change. Don't change a thing, please. Don't ever change.
Oh, change it.
Okay, wasn't planning on it. Is that a Billy
Good.
Joel song? That's Billy Joel, right?
Yeah, I had
That's
this
a great
my
s-
first keyboard that I got. It had a couple songs programmed into it, and number one, when you pressed one and then hit play, it would go boo doo doo doo, boo doo 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 doo, and it would play "Don't Go Changing."
Is it just me, or is the tone, the pace of that song, and the just the sound of the keyboard? It's very like soothing. It makes you want
It
to.
is really soothing. There's something about it. There's kind of this, almost a current. It's kind of pulling you forward, right?
Right, like
Getting in the lazy river, and then you're just,
right, like you're not getting amped. Like there are some songs where you get amped up when you hear them, and you're like, okay, I want to keep going. That one, it's just
Right.
like you said, it just kind of pulls you along for some reason.
Yeah, and it's very nice. He doesn't want you to change. He loves you just the way you are. The rest of the world don't, but he does. Just kidding.
Remember that. If
Remember.
no one else, Billy loves
Billy
you.
Joel doesn't want you to change. I tell myself that some mornings.
That's comforting.
Yeah, it is.
Can we breach one last deep topic before we move on? What is with the idea of wanting to be something we're not? You know what I mean? Why does that so often enter so many people's consciousness? It's like, why can't we just be ourselves? Why is that not good enough?
Gosh, societal expectations, you think, or for some folks maybe upbringing, or trying to please the people that are eminent in their lives that maybe have different expectations, or
Yeah, you know what? That's probably right. Arbitrary standards.
that you just somewhere in your life you feel like you're told, whether it's the seeing movies and seeing people a certain way, or you're just kind of molded into this form that maybe isn't you.
Well, I mean, who are you if you're not how other people relate to you and what other people told you are, right?
Mhm.
So much of our idea and concept of ourselves, it's like relativity. You need something else out there in the world to relate to even tell you what to relate to. There's got to be feedback, if that makes any
Right.
sense. I'm not making sense in my own head. I'm reaching for the idea, but it's
there
something
kind
I've
of
heard in
is
a
that.
lecture.
Chipping
Ingrained in
away.
us, right? Like that game of
Chipping
life.
away.
Okay, at this point, you're supposed to go to university. You're supposed to get a good job. You're supposed to get married, have 2.5 kids. What we're going to do with this half kid, I don't know, but
We'll figure it out
Genetic
later.
engineering.
figure it out. Yeah, and you're going to have a dog, and you're going to work. I don't know.
Yeah, I call that the cookie cutter life.
The cookie cutter life.
If it doesn't fit the mold, then it's not valid. I think
Something
that
wrong
might
with
be-
cookies, I guess, but
I
it's
love
not
a good
necessarily for everybody.
I wonder
Why am I
if
not
that
surprised,
goes-
Sarah?
does
I
that
love
go back-
cookies, man.
Does that go back to our, hunter-gatherer, building a society when we basically just have to survive? So, everybody better work together and do for the good of the community. Because it's not like, I can just go live the dream. You're like, no, you're going to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger if you do that. I guess I'm going way back.
Way back.
Yeah, so
it stem from
there
that?
might be what is it? Is it loss aversion? Is that how we could
Loss aversion.
Or risk
Yeah.
aversion, yeah.
risk? Yeah.
Don't you think that you're 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever impressionable age, you just are what you are. And somebody comes up and tells you should be this, or you should do this, or it might just be you're observing the people around you, people you love, people you look up to, and you're just sort of like pretending to be them. And we just forget that we actually do that as adults. We relate to the world with a lot of impressions and things and things that we don't question in ourselves that we've been doing since we were, I don't know, as long as we can remember, and we don't really think about it. Automatic.
Yeah, and I think as much as, we're all creative types, I think as much as we say, I'm gonna do me. I don't care what people think. I don't care. I think we all really care, right? I care what people think about me.
Yeah, they're well, you have to on some level. I think you can't completely disregard
Right.
the rest of the world, but
you can't dictate. Yeah, I guess it's that balance.
But I believe there's something to what you're saying, Michael. It's like the cumulative effect, the sum total of everything that people said you were or what you perceived,
right,
society or people thought you were. That's kind of, who you believe you are.
Was music for you guys something that was supported strongly from a young age, or was it something you kind of came into and it was you against establishment?
Depends on the kind of music.
Oh,
right.
The genre.
I grew up in a cult, and so certain kinds of music were satanic and very much not allowed. So like we even talked about this last time.
Heavy metal, baby.
Yeah, heavy metal. Like I actually really liked Van Halen, Running with the Devil, but I can't.
Your shirt, you got your Van Halen.
It's not. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I couldn't like. That's really taboo, right? Like you're literally singing about running with the devil. It's not. It's not okay. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Music was always sort of like.
It couldn't be a figure of
escape.
Speech, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And also I did have a musical family too. It did come from that. I mean, I don't know about you, Ryan. I mean, I know you can't, Ryan has some musical family as well. So I don't know if it was a combination of that and just something in my own soul, or what about you, man?
Music was something that I always gravitated towards, and I feel like I was going to gravitate towards it no matter what.
Yeah. I think
that's the bottom line.
I think there's something inside that with certain things like that is innate. I definitely, music has always been it for me. But of course I came from a very musical family, not where it was like, oh, you have to do music, but just when you see the people around you listening to music and singing and having fun, you're like, I want to do that. And then it was really supported, so I was lucky. But then, sometimes you wonder if that was the case and for your group of people, for your family, it wasn't music. It was, I don't know, like spinning tops on a table. If that was what they were really into, like, would that be your thing? I like to think, though, that music was very innate.
Yeah.
I guess it's hard to know. Nature, nurture thing.
Yeah, but most of the people we've talked to echo that.
That it was something within them, not just conditioning.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think you can tease apart. I think it's a false dichotomy, this nature versus nurture. You need both. Half of your problem for diseases is genetic, and half of it is the crap you eat every day and how you were brought up and, how much coffee you're drinking and all these things, right? Like,
let's not get into that.
Whatever.
What about how much coffee we're drinking? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I just wanted to say coffee because I knew it'd trigger you.
What are you talking about?
You're your coffee obsession, but yeah, I mean, I think it's all of it, right? I wouldn't be the man that I am today if I didn't go through the experiences I did when I was younger. I don't regret the things that made me upset and sad and the things that made me happy and all these things about growing up is like, where I wouldn't be sitting here would be a different person. This version of me is very happy being me.
Yeah.
So
it's been a journey for you to get there.
Oh yeah. But take it, right? Take it or leave it. The nature versus nerd. It's like, it's like go where I got to go.
It's a gumbo. It's just all stirred in there. You can't extricate any one part. It's all kind of it makes you.
Yeah. That's an element of the conclusion that I came to as well is
gumbo.
We're always trying to look at something that happened in our lives and be like, this was good. That was bad. This was okay. This was X. This was Y. This was Z. But maybe it's just all part of the experience and we can't really isolate any one part of it. It's just, this is the experience.
Well, and not to mention, Ryan, like, think about it. Like something bad happens, you might call it bad, but then great things come from it. Like, how can you even call it bad then? If, there's actually people who really succeeded through the pandemic and are doing well. so a bad thing happened, but was it really bad for them? I mean,
That's that ego again, I guess. To
You know?
you're putting yourself on such a high level to say,
Right.
And this is bad. This is good. You know.
Way to circle
there's some
back,
things
by
that
the way,
are good
Sarah.
and bad.
I like that. That was
Way
like
to circle
a,
back.
Like
That's
a,
impressive.
voice.
Can I just say that's
40
impressive? That's
That was like a old-timey gangster voice there.
Yeah, it's Al Capone or something.
old timey
You know.
gangster.
So, yeah. See,
Yeah,
Is
see?
it good or bad?
Don't
See?
judge what happens to you. You know, it's relative.
Yeah, quit labeling stuff. See?
Yeah, see, look at me. I'm a gangster.
Yeah.
Make sure you do your taxes or you'll go to jail.
I don't want to malarkey.
Do them taxes, man.
Man.
You know what, Sarah? Is Let's Get It On still the song that you played it when you're doing taxes and
I'm
all the
so excited
bookkeeping?
to remember that. Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. I was doing my taxes. I did an extension because I was traveling during tax season. So I was working on them a little bit later this year. Blaring Let's Get It On. And I don't remember if I talked about that there's the two versions of Let's Get It On. Did I talk about that last time?
I
Or
don't
did
think. I don't
discover
believe
that
so.
after?
No.
That might have been a later discovery. So there's Let's Get It On, and then there's also Keep Getting It On, which is basically Let's Get It On, but Marvin Gaye was just like, I'm not done. And it's Let's
Okay.
Get It On, but he's just like, keep getting it on. And it just keeps going. I love it. So I put
It's
them
a continuation. A continuation.
Yeah. So I alternate between the two. Let's Get It On, Keep Getting It On.
Much
Yeah,
like
that
this, much like I feel like we're having the same conversation we've had when we first met you. It's just simply continued. I don't think we're
It
having
never
different
stopped.
conversations. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second you jumped in before we hit the record, just moments before we recorded, it was like
knew.
we're right back in it. Yeah.
Yep, here we are.
Yeah, that was the first time we talked. I think it was. I don't know if it was unexpected, but it was a pleasant surprise.
I was
you
so
know,
excited.
and that continued.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. And I'm thinking, you know, like these guys seem cool, but like they're like these rock and roll dudes. Like, am I gonna fit in? Like, I like rock too, but like I'm like, I don't know if we'll hit it off. Who knows? And then next thing you know, we're talking about Al Capone and the meaning of life, and it's a beautiful thing.
And asking questions like the one I'm about to ask you.
And dogs getting saved during the performances.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dogs are Sarah McLachlan coming in or something?
No, wasn't that? Didn't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, when I was
Yeah.
in Germany and the dog was
Yeah.
drowning behind me.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
the guitar solo that had the crowd amped. It was.
Yeah.
Good memory. Yeah. That
Well, it was a good story.
It was a good dog. All of the elements came together. That could have been pretty bad.
Dog was saved and everyone was happy.
Everyone was happy, and then we had a lovely rest of the day.
You know what,
But Ryan, you had a
Sarah?
question. Oh, go.
No, I think you might find this comical, Sarah.
Okay.
I didn't have any type of notable association with Taco Bell. So in my mind, like when I pass a Taco Bell, when I go to a Taco Bell, there was no
Right. There was
association. So now when I go to Taco Bell, I think of Sarah. I don't know how you feel about
We
that.
literally
No,
go
to
together.
Taco Bell more often.
We go together and talk about you because it's like, Sarah, this is Sarah's place. Like this literally, we can't go to Taco Bell without thinking about you.
Yeah,
It's
we're like,
hilarious.
That
man,
means-
we save you a seat, you know.
That means- pour out some hot sauce for me. That means a lot. That really means a lot. I love Taco Bell so much.
When did that start? Was that the case from the first taco?
That was the queso from the very beginning.
Love it first taco.
My mom says that, you know, I wasn't there. Well, I was, but I was like an embryo. But she said when she was pregnant, she was craving Taco Bell all the time. And she was just eating all this Taco Bell. So I like to think, nature nurture, I like to think that it got into my blood and into, you know, who I am. If they were to cut me open to count the rings, I think there would be like hot sauce going through my veins. Yeah, so I've always loved it ever since I was a kid, and it just seems that the older I get, the more I love it. I love Taco Bell.
Wow, since before the beginning, you were
Before,
craving
yeah.
that, huh?
always. But it was the crispy beef tacos. And then as I've gotten older, you kind of you have to make it your own, So I'm still doing Taco Bell, but I'm more of the bean burrito.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love the bean burrito.
With or without onion?
Oh, with onion. But now
Okay.
I have to go no cheese because
Really?
yeah, I was getting these terrible migraines all the time and just trying to figure out what it was. Doctors weren't sure.
Oh,
Did
that's horrible.
scans and stuff. They're like, yeah, your
Jesus.
head's fine. They're like, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, but I have a headache. And I did this blood test and it came back that I had a severe dairy allergy, like butter.
Whoa,
or whatever.
lactose? Like
Oh, man.
Lactose. I don't know if
That
it's
sucks.
lactose or
lactose
something else.
intolerant,
What
or
it is.
but like an allergy?
Like an allergy.
Really?
And yeah, they did like a blood test and then it came back and I cut out all dairy of any kind, even small amounts, and headaches just went away.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I guess.
Well, look at that, an example of the medical community doing a good job. That's amazing. That's
Yeah, they did a good
finding
job.
things out.
It took a while because I asked, should we do a blood test? And they're like, yeah, I guess we can do that.
They're like, it's nothing but hot sauce in these veins.
This is just hot sauce. Yeah. So now I'm just having to find dairy alternatives, which is hit or miss, but.
So how does that affect the creamer in your coffee situation?
I was
No.
just going to ask. Yeah.
Thank goodness I've always been a black coffee person. So I didn't have to change anything.
Because I'm not so into coffee, but there's something about like just a little bit of butter, in there, and just you don't even need much sugar, but just like cream in the coffee is like,
It
God.
is good. And butter is just so great on everything, and it's hiding in everything. There's so much bread that you go to a restaurant and you're like, is there butter? And they're like, oh yeah, we dip our buns in butter. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
man. And that's why they're so good.
Butter is always invited to the party.
Oh, I know. But
Always.
they've made, not to sound like that person. I love my plant-based butter, but they have made plant-based butter now that is really good. I can't tell the difference. So
Can I
put it
just
on.
again point out the different voice that just came out of you was completely different than the therapist lady and completely different than regular
therapist lady.
Sarah. Who was that
Dawn
lady?
voice?
That was a very
was-
California voice.
That was like a
California.
snooty, hoity-toity.
You
Sarah,
know?
is
Is that your Karen voice? Is that
Kara Niemietz.
Karen?
No, I mean, I'm digging it though. I feel better and
But you're doing good. So no migraines, huh?
no migraines.
That's
which is
incredible.
tough. Sometimes I'm almost like, maybe I just need a big shake but yeah, migraines are no fun.
Oh, ice cream, man.
Ice cream, but they've got the good alternative ice cream now. It's even at Ralph's. I went to Ralph's and I got some Breyers. And today, the little Babel, I think that's what they're called, the little cheese
The little
circles.
wheels. Yeah, the little.
Wheels. They make a plant-based one now.
Which plant is that based out of?
I was reading it, and one of the big ingredients was cornstarch. So I think they're kind of cornstarch.
That sounds delicious.
What they do to this corn, I don't even want to know. But it's passable. I mean,
Magic.
it's not as I can still remember what real cheese is. In my day, we had real cheese, so it's not the same, but it's close. It's close.
In my day.
In my day, cows ran down the sidewalk. Look, Al Capone's back.
Which
Yeah.
it just makes me sad that you're so unable to process dairy, because I believe, if I memory serves me right, I believe you're a big fan of cows.
I'm a big fan of cows. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you love them.
cows. I love them so much, but that's okay. I'll give them a day off. Be like, hey, you don't have to make any milk for me.
I guess one less person needing milk supply. Probably
Yeah.
makes it easier on them. Maybe, I don't know.
Lighten the load.
Lightens the
Yeah.
Utterly, life-changing.
I
utterly
believe so.
life changing.
Utterly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just. Can we? I feel like with the utterly comment, we've peaked. I don't know if we can even do any better than that. That was the best moment I think we've had.
Yeah, I think that's hard
was
to
amazing.
top. We're talking the meaning of life and
Can't top that with butter.
No, you can't. Is it possible that Taco Bell is the meaning of life? Is it possible? No, I don't think it is.
Maybe.
To be continued.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll ponder that one. And
This is really making me want some Taco Bell right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I could go for a quesadilla. It'd be
Oh, those quesadillas were good.
I'll
I
take a
used to do. they're great when you put the normal cheese in it, and then you have them put the nacho cheese on top, like to really double down on it.
I like there's a
50 cents.
customizable, when the pre lactose intolerant Sarah, customizable
nacho cheese on everything. Yeah. I used to do, they have the Fiesta Bowl, and it's their attempt at making something healthy. But if I wanted healthy, I wouldn't go to Taco Bell. So I used to get the Fiesta Bowl, and then I would put like the meat that they put in the tacos. We're not really sure if this is horse or what this is, but it's delicious.
It comes in plastic bags.
Yeah. You throw caution to the wind when you just go and consume it and don't worry about what's in it.
You don't need to think about that. Never you mind, Sarah. Don't hush. Don't worry about that.
So I put the meat in there, and then I would say, let's add extra beans. Let's add extra rice. Let's add nacho. I would go crazy. I was drunk with power. And it was really beautiful.
They granted you too much power over at Taco Bell. You abused it.
Give me a online ordering and a gift card. I'm a czar. It's crazy.
At least we know it's easy to make you happy. Just Taco Bell gift card takes care of it.
It's a beautiful
low
thing.
Maintenance.
I've said it's a beautiful thing like 5 times now, but it really is. Taco Bell. It sounds like, the Beatles song Girl, where John Lennon's like, oh, girl. That's me singing to the taco.
Some lucky taco right there.
Man, it's
serenaded.
115 and we're talking about tacos. This is not good for my heart.
There's never a bad day or time for a taco.
So true.
It's never wrong time. Like for breakfast, like there's breakfast tacos. In fact, you can have them around the clock.
They got fish tacos. You want seafood? Fish taco.
This is true. They even make weird meatless tacos. That exists too.
I've had those many times, and I gotta say, if you season them right, they're happening. It's pretty powerful.
See something.
If you seasoning, say something.
Say something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I had a thought and it flew away.
Looked like you were carried away with the thought of tacos.
No, it just talking about all this food, it made me think of a moment in Nacho Libre where the guy's like, where's the flavor? Where's the seasonings?
Where are the spices?
Where are the spices? Yeah. That's what it was. I was trying to think of the line and that's what was me zoning out there.
I was reading this book where one of the characters is from India and he's studying in London, and he's like, the only seasoning they have here is salt and pepper. They have nothing else.
You need way more than that.
Yeah, it's not enough.
But then again, because I can tell you
a lot with those two.
Let me tell you, because my diet has been very basic lately. I've been doing really good and cooking for myself and eating well and getting healthy and
with some salt and pepper.
Boy, just. Well, of course, but I cook. I cook with butter because it's simple and it's not that bad for you. Versus Taco Bell. But just it's amazing what butter, salt, and pepper can do to most like raw foods. It's kind of insane.
Onion? You like onions? You were asking about onions earlier. I didn't know if you were.
Was I asking about? Oh, yeah, I did ask you. That's right, I did. Hey, great memory. I totally forgot that I had asked about the onion.
You pro onion?
Yeah. I mean, in the right circumstance, yeah. You cook an onion? Yeah. I don't want to eat it raw.
Caramelize them? You ever caramelize them? Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I make queso. I make my it's my grandma's recipe. It's quite famous. It's the best queso. We talked about cheese, of course, the Cheese Whiz, a couple of years ago. I make the best queso you've never tried. Yeah.
I wonder if we could adapt, instead of the cheese, we put in the cornstarch cheese. Or
there you go.
Disrespectful.
It's Velveeta, so it's essentially cornstarch cheese. I doubt it's dairy. It has dairy.
I love Velveeta. I remember really when I was a kid, big block. I love when you get cheese in like a block. It's a cousin of that cranberry you get at Thanksgiving. Where it just
God, the cranberry sauce. Jesus.
Not a fan of that.
Man, what is it about food that takes you to another place? Like you start kind of zoning out.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
thinking about it right now.
I am too.
I think tacos sound great.
I know.
Maybe I love to eat too much. Maybe it's gotten unhealthy. That might be the problem.
Ryan, I've known you for almost 20 years. I can tell you that that's the case. That you are correct, sir.
The queso.
The queso.
The
cheese wisdom, as Sarah would say.
I have to say, put that down. It's nachos.
Yeah. I really could we could go all night with the food puns, and I really appreciate that you're so willing to give them out and it's so freely. It's fantastic.
Call me the food bank. I'm happy to
But actually the time has really flown by.
It has.
But
really flown by.
We're actually coming up on it here. So
yeah.
Well, I'm wondering. Thank you. We know.
Good.
I'm wondering. No, it's very true. We do in fact, not just musically, but also as people.
That's a verb.
Yes.
And yeah.
Right. As human beings, we're up there. Particularly Ryan. I mean, have you seen this guy? He's amazing. But Sarah, one thing we'd love to ask is if you have any words of wisdom that you could you maybe share with our beautiful listeners.
Oh wow, I don't know if I have any words of wisdom.
Anything?
I guess we've been talking about being conditioned and slowly losing some of that spark and weirdness, and I guess I would maybe. Who am I to tell a listener to do anything? But I would say if you are someone listening to this and you're saying, tell me what to do, and I'll go, sure. I would say maybe embrace that inner weird, as long as it's like good weird. Not, I went to Hawaii on vacation, like with my family, and there was this kid that was taking these dead lizards. He was killing these lizards, and then he was holding them up in the air and making them talk. If you've got that inside you, suppress that. That's weird.
That sounds cruel. Yeah,
that's cruel. If that kind of weirdness,
cruel weird, you can just set that down.
But if you have a good weird, a quirky weird,
if you like puns,
you like puns, you like to macrame,
if you like coffee, embrace it.
I would say lean into the weird as
you're
long
a
as
big giant nerd.
Reptiles.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. No, yeah.
Embrace that. Be a nerd. Be a nerd. Nerds have more fun.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm sure they do.
We do. Come on, you're one of us. Come on, Van Halen.
You like how he's trying to pretend to be cool today?
I can pretend to be cool today. I can definitely admit to being a big fat music nerd. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh no, big time nerd there.
Not a regular nerd, a music nerd.
What's a regular nerd?
Just a generalized nerd.
I'm not really great about generalized. I don't really know anything about this, sir. Well, great. And thank you for your nerdy wisdom, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening.
And
I wish you had glasses that you could push up when you were doing
my glasses. I don't even know where my glasses are.
They're in the other room. Oh. I only put them on when I really need to see, but I don't really need to see that much right now. I'm just kind of vibing.
It's all about the audio anyway. Listening to the conversation. Well, I know you said the album's coming out. Yes, October 28th. Okay, October 28th.
We've got the first single, Locks. The video just came out.
That's right.
And then the music video for I Want You is coming out September 19th. So I'm not sure when this podcast is coming out. It might have already come out.
Before. No, it's coming. It'll be out before the single.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yes. So be on the lookout, please, everyone, for I Want You.
Please do. Go check her out.
Get ready to rock out, people.
Yeah.
If you're not already, following her on socials, go do that.
Please, yeah, Sara Niemietz, SaraNiemietz. That's how it is spelled.
You really enjoy spelling your name.
I have to spell it slowly because I've had a lot of times where I'm on the phone or something and I go Niemietz. They're like, wait, does it start with an N or an M? I'm like, well, first there's the NIE, then we've got the MIE. So, force of habit.
No, it's great. I just like to call attention. NIE. You have to slow it down.
Because MN, you got to really.
Yeah, you got to enunciate. Because otherwise.
The syllables. Yes.
Right. Thank you. Looking forward to the album.
Thank you, guys.
Again, the Locks is great, and looking forward to the new single too. Ryan, I know you've got some wisdom in that big brain of yours, man. In that wise and deep ancient soul that resides behind that beating heart of yours, sir. You got any words of wisdom you might want to share for our beautiful listeners?
Let's just be wild and free, baby.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, let's get weird.
Equally great advice.
Love it.
Folks, we
or go hang out at that random picnic table out in the wilderness there.
Right.
That's right. But put your SPF on, get some Gatorade because it's hot out there.
Yeah. And drink some water.
Drink some water.
Or coffee.
or coffee, but
tea.
more water, please, if you're outside. You need to hydrate. Don't make us worried
Electrolytes.
about you.
Yeah, you're going to want
Those
to.
electrolytes. Eat a pickle.
Yeah.
Pickles, I hear, have a lot of great stuff. Electrolytes and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, if you were dehydrated, that would be quite a pickle. Get out
Oh.
You got to. Great. I'm really glad for the last few extra moments of punnery. Bye, folks. We love you. Bye.
Inside the sound